I'm in the early stages of a homemade or do-it-yourself camera dolly. I got ideas for this from watching YouTube videos where people would show a video where the camera was panning, tilting. I decided to make one.
Today we're going to show you how you can turn all this into this.
Now here's the rig that I'm using. This is our little trolley dolly here. Essentially it's a minimalist version of the table dolly on some miniature dolly track. The whole track is on a base which has a quick plate attached, so I can put it on my tripod and then I can mount the trolley essentially anywhere I can put a tripod. So now I can do those higher off the ground shots if I want to. Another advantage of having this on a tripod is now I can tilt the track at an extreme angle and get those kind of crane or...
All these examples were filmed from my own homemade dolly that you can see me using here. It's a simple design that I came up with based on this professional doorway dolly, which we often use in various film and music video productions. Here you can see it's fitted with regular wheels that work great on smooth floors that you can find in most film stages, like the one you see here.
In this video we're going to be making a super smooth camera slider, enabling you to get professional looking camera moves for just £30, which is about $45. Thanks to the roller system employed, the slider remains locked to the rails at all angles. Even using it upside down to get extremely low shots isn't a problem. It also features a hinge and counterweight system that makes using the slider at an angle extremely easy.
I had the option to try to buy existing sliders or dollies, but I decided to build my own. So here's an example of 3 that I could have purchased from various online websites. I ended up buying a skateboard at Walmart for about 20 bucks. And then I bought a couple of large wheels not knowing what I was going to need them for. And when I discovered this sprocket kit, I said, boy, that's the answer. I'll just get a stepper motor, put it on the small sprocket, attach the big sprocket to a wheel, and make the skateboard move across the floor. Stepper motor has a shaft that's 5 millimeters in diameter, and the small sprocket has a hole that's 8 millimeters in diameter. How am I going to do that so that it fits smoothly without wobbling? And I started looking through some bolts that I had, and I found a 5/16 bolt is just about 8 millimeters in diameter. All I have to do is drill a hole up through the center of it. Boy, did that sound simple. A 5 millimeter hole in the middle of a bolt. After 2 hours of getting almost nowhere, I went up to Harbor Freight, buy a drill press. You're looking at the drill press now. Even with the drill press and all the proper drills, I still spent another hour, but I finally got a hole that would match the shaft of the motor and fit inside the sprocket, and this was held in place with set screws. Speaking of drills, this is a small drill set. You've probably seen these before. It's only got 10 pieces. Here's a larger one, but no way would you have a 5 millimeter drill. And in this set, guess what? 115 pieces, and I found a 5 millimeter drill. This is how the motion works. There's a skateboard upside down, a sprocket on the new green rollerblade wheel, and the stepper motor moving it back and forth. Here's a close-up so you can actually see the way that works. And here you can see the flip screen of the camera. Also notice there's a yardstick on the floor so that I could measure the distance. I calculated the distance, and the wheel is just under 10 inches in circumference. So 455 steps is 10 inches, and sure enough, when I laid a yardstick there, the thing went back and forth 10 inches at a time. Then I needed a remote. I kept it real simple to get something functional. There's a joystick. Forward, the skateboard goes forward. You let up on the joystick, the skateboard stops. You pull it back and the skateboard backs up, and that's all it does. Single speed, but there's a skateboard going back and forth. And there's a close-up of the wireless. It uses a radio transceiver, and that's the antenna end. That little chip will send signals through the air, they say over 100 feet. And I had to put one also on the skateboard. To power this, I took my Ryobi drill battery and charger, and I modified it with a 3-way switch, so that powers the skateboard. This is shown with 2 cameras, one facing the side, so that would be a pan, and one facing the front, so that would be a zoom, and the battery on the back, and all the other things just dangling. There's a microcontroller, there's a radio transmitter. Now this is the zoom. It's a little slow, but if you look at the left edge of the video, you'll see that that telephone pole slowly disappears as it gets closer and closer. That pause was when I changed the zoom lens by hand for the camera that was facing the side toward the lake. And this is the pan of the side. That's Crooked Lake, and this is pretty much the view I get sitting at my computer, except I'm up just a little bit higher. This is on the sidewalk leading to my porch, as you saw in the earlier part of the video. And then I'll pause it for a minute, turn the zoom. You can see boats going by on the lake. So I'm getting the effect that I want. I'm also going to have to find a way to rotate the camera and tilt the camera. Those are all things I'm looking forward to fabricating. The electronics is something that I've been doing for years and is probably not a big deal. So there you have it. The first phase of a do-it-yourself dolly for video recording. Thank you for watching my video.